All right. Hello and welcome again to Space Wizard Science Fantasy Year 3. We've got another great author interview for you. So I will let them introduce themselves. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Carmen Loup. I use they, them pronouns. I'm non-binary, and I write science fiction, science fantasy, um, light science fiction.
Like funny science fiction.
Yes, funny science fiction.
Yeah, yeah. So, which brings us to what you're doing with Space Wizard this year. So it's a little bit different than the other offerings we have this year. We're putting a lot of single books out, but we're actually putting out three of your books all at the same time. So tell us a little bit about the Audacity.
So the Audacity series has been with me for over a decade now. Heavily inspired by my childhood love of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and also Futurama. That was another big thing. That was a big inspiration for me wanting to write this book. There were just things about Futurama and the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy that I was like, I want more of this thing and less of this.
Yeah.
So I created my own series, and it ended up spiraling out into three book, now four, possibly five or six books,
Oh, wow.
possibly in the future.
Yeah.
I'm working through the fourth one right now, but the first three books are going to be in this omnibus together, and they tell the story, the arc of chaos, and how chaos affects our main characters,
Awesome.
unlikely heroes.
Yeah, and I originally read, well, I met you at a convention in Charlotte a few years ago, and then we've seen each other here and there. Um, but I got your first book there and read through it and really liked it because I've always loved Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and is very very much like that. And then I think we were both in the self-published sci-fi contest last year, was it something like that? Um, and you got up to what was it, semi-finalist or
Yeah, I
was
was
it?
a
Yeah,
semi-finalist.
actually
Yeah.
did really well in there. And I was very happy for that. Because one of the reasons I took this on is I really enjoy the book. It's very funny. I've read several different sci-fi humor series, and a lot of them fall flat. It's trying to get to that humor, and I really like that yours actually picked up a lot of what Hitchhiker made Hitchhikers really funny. And it's got a lot of really nice humor elements into it, and it's also got a nice plot. That's the other thing that happens is the plot sort of falls by the wayside occasionally with comedy.
Mhm.
But yours has a nice plot. It's focused. Got so far a three-book series. And so we're going to put it all together in an omnibus, and I believe we're going to have paperback and hardback options for this. Um, so some will still working on that. What is actually going to be for the campaign this year? But we will definitely have the hardback. We may have the paperback as well, but you'll be able to get both after the campaign is over as well. So these will come through Space Wizard Science Fantasy, and sounds like you've got some other cool adventures going with these as well. Um, so I guess you told us a little bit about where it came from. So can you tell me what inspired the, I guess, species or species, the Rayans and Tungians?
Yeah.
Um, are they the same species or are they different or what?
Uh, they're similar. So they
Similar.
come from the same solar system, around Flotulix solar system, but they're kind of offshoots of each other. So uh, essentially, Tunchins are the Neanderthals to our us.
That's great.
But because they separated out into different planets, they actually survived and weren't totally overtaken by the Rians. So they're similar. They all come from the aviltrial species, which is an ancient species. They all have Andalonians as a distant ancestor. The Andalonians come in the fourth book,
Oh,
and
nice.
we think they're extinct, but they're not.
Not quite.
Dubious reasons.
Yeah.
Um, so there's a lot of world building. And that's why I wanted to do, and I have done a slight rewrite on all three of the books, because obviously after about 10 years of adding more to the world building, I realized there was a lot more I could kind of add into the first book to make it a little bit more rich. So the first book now has 10 years worth of world building kind of
Yeah,
added back into it.
that's awesome. Yeah, and I have read through that, and I remember the original I read and the new version that I've read now. And I will say it is even better. It's you've made it a little bit more finessed, a little bit more fine-tuned. Reads, it's still got some great funny elements in it. And I as a the reason why I asked the question, I love the world building. You have some really cool aliens in there, and it's not just, the Star Trek with the funny forehead or something. There's some neat different species anatomy and how things work here and there. Uh, there's another really interesting thing about this omnibus is that you're not only the writer of it, you're also the illustrator. So can you tell us a little bit about that as well?
So I went to SCAD, the Savannah College of Art and Design. So I have a 4-year degree, and I never used it in animation. So animation's kind of a hard business to break into. So I
Yeah,
decided instead I would start doing sequential art, comics.
yeah,
So I've been doing comics for the Audacity series, and I've also done full illustrations. So the book cover, for example, that took about 25 hours for me to
wow,
complete.
yeah,
So that was a lot of work. It's a lot more than a single comic page.
yeah,
And then within the book, there are going to be 9 original illustrations, plus the 3 original illustration book covers for the original series.
yeah.
12 illustrations.
Yeah. So a lot of great stuff with this, and you can actually see the cover on the top of this launch party, and I'll post it down here again below this interview. But yeah, you're getting new illustrations for this. If you followed Space Wizard, you know I love to put illustrations in my books, so it's really great that we have the artist and author together to add some extra great scenes to this book. I've seen some of them already, fun illustrations. So you'll get that, and you'll get the covers for all of these books. So, so yeah, so this will be available in this campaign. So look out for that. You can back this book as an add-on with the campaign as well. So you can, along with all the other books you're planning on getting from Space Wizard, you can add this omnibus, get all 3 of these stories all at once, and read the entire, well, so far the entire story until more comes out. And it's a great ride, very much like Hitchhiker's Guide. So if you're a fan of that, look up the Audacity. And I guess that is it for now, but we'll be back later with more author interviews. So check out the campaign, check out Carmen Loup's Audacity, and we will see you next time. Bye. Bye.